Hello, expecting mamas. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on your little baby on the way and for taking this time for yourself. For somebody who has a toddler and is expecting my second, it is important to take the time for yourself. I know you all know that. It makes me a better mom to move my body, and I just love sharing that with everybody else. So today's focus is going to be balance and alignment. The workouts in this program, just gonna do a couple of shoulder rolls. The workouts in this program are very different by design. That's on purpose because in my first trimester, I wasn't always feeling like doing the same thing. The days are very different. The pregnancies were very different. Roll the shoulders forward. As you can see, I am in my second trimester, so these workouts are safe for all trimesters with a few different modifications, and I will remind myself to show you those as well. So little head rolls, just waking up the body. So today's neutral alignment workout, other way, is going to focus on keeping your body in one long plane. It's hard when our bellies are growing and our front is growing in a lot of ways to keep that neutral alignment. So we're going to focus on, in all the moves that we do, having our ears, our shoulders, our hips, and our heels all in one long plane. So just to start, we're going to do a couple of hip rolls. We just did some head rolls, we did some shoulder rolls, and now we're just rolling out those hips, waking up the body. If you were like me in my first trimester, I had a lot of morning sickness, and so these moves are made for morning sickness to keep you feeling good. All right, and then last thing, we're just gonna balance on one leg and do some ankle rolls in one direction. You're doing it, you're moving your body the other way. Keeping those shoulders back, hardest thing to do as a new mom, let me tell you, carrying around that baby. If you're feeding that baby, everything is so we are going to work on that as well. Other side, rolling that ankle out. And then we're actually gonna grab some light weights for this warm up. I have 2-pound weights and 5-pound weights. I will probably go back and forth, again, depending on the day. And then I have 2 bands that are about the size of my thighs, so they can nicely fit around my thighs. So you are going to carefully keep that neutral alignment, pick up your weights. I am going light. This is just our warm up, and we're gonna start with some marches. So as you press your right arm high, your left arm is going to lift, and we switch, making sure that you are already engaging your core, and we're just warming up. We're marching here, and we're breathing. Good job, you guys, we're in it. Hardest part is starting. Let's go a little bit faster as we march. Great job. For 6, 5, we are going to step back with an alternating lunge, press forward. So as you lunge back, your arms are going to press out and come up. This weight should mimic the weight of a newborn baby, or at least we are working up to that. So this whole workout is designed to have you ready for pregnancy, for labor and delivery, which we will focus on a little bit more in the 2nd and 3rd trimester, and then for also having the baby at home. So this is sort of the weight of like, oh, stinky diaper. You can take the baby and change the baby. Let's do 2 more. Then we'll go right to center. From here, making sure that our core stays right where it is. We're going to reach across, but not rotate. We don't twist in the first trimester, so making sure that that core is really tight. This is core work, believe it or not. We're not doing crunches, but we're keeping that core engaged, and we're not twisting. Engaging that core. It's actually called anti-core work, when your core is stabilizing so that it does not go out of alignment. 8, 7, 6, good job. 5, 4, we're almost there on the warm up. 2, 1, from here, the arms are going to drop down. Your legs are about shoulder width apart. You're going to come up as your arms raise and then lower back down. So some lateral raises with calf raises. I'm actually going to sort of focus on my triceps here. So I'm going to turn the back of my hand toward you. You're welcome to join me. If you're heavier on a weight, we're probably going to want to just keep the palms facing the ground. Let's do 8 more. Good job. 7. Then we're going to hold that calf raise. 5, 4, making sure those shoulders are still right over the hips. 2, last one. We're going to hold this here. Turn the palms up. We're just going to do tiny little bicep lifts. So my elbows are bent about halfway in. Nice. 10, 9, 8, 7. I feel that in my bicep. Maybe lift a little bit more if you don't feel it in your bicep. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring them forward. Do 10 more. 10, 9, 8. You're doing great. This is the end of your warm-up. Grab water if you need it for 3, 2, 1, and rest. You did it. You warmed up. That's all you get to today. Congratulations. I definitely had days like that in my first trimester, but I know it. You can keep going. Just do 5 more minutes. Just keep telling yourself that. But if you need to rest, some days you need to rest. All right, I am going to set down those weights, and as we rest, we are going to do a 360 breath. So I'm going to turn to the side here. I'm going to focus a little bit more on this in another workout, but that's breathing all the way in your core. So you're expanding the front, in the sides, and in the back. So go ahead and put one hand on your belly, one hand on your back as you breathe in. And then exhale out, hugging the baby in. Slight bend in your knees here, making sure we're in that neutral alignment. Breathing in through all areas. Exhale out. Let's exaggerate that a little bit. So as we breathe in, I really want you to expand. As you breathe out, tuck everything under. One more, breathe in. Tuck that pelvis under. Good job. Awesome. From here, we're going to grab a band. I'm going to go light on that band, and go ahead and make sure that you hold onto the wall or you find a seat in order to put that band on safely. All right, I've got the band just above my legs. I'm going to extend one leg out, some more anti-core work. Arms are gonna come up behind the head, and you're just gonna lift. We're not even gonna crunch here with our obliques. We're just gonna lift that leg. Do you feel how your core is stabilizing? Good job. For 8, 7, 6. So instead of letting my core move all around, the work is really keeping it still. For 2, 1, hold it here. Tiny little circles forward. 8, 7, 6, 5. My core is warming up. 2, 1. Extend that leg even longer, and then back for 10, 9, 8. Slight bend in that standing leg. For 5. Good job. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. From here, I'm going to turn my body so you can see it better. We're again going to find that neutral alignment of shoulders, hips, tucking that tailbone under, and then I'm going to stretch my leg long. That's the most important thing. We're reaching back, and you're going to lift and tap, lift and tap. You should feel that in your glute right here. So thinking out instead of up. For 6, good job. 5, 4, for 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We're going to do the other side. So extending that leg long. My hands come back up, rolling those shoulders back. My shoulders are right over those hips. I've got a slight bend in my standing leg. And then I'm going to work on keeping my core really tight here. Lifting and tapping. Nice. And I'm breathing. Shoulders are away from the ears. For 8, 7, nice job. 6, 5, lots of balance today. 4, for 3, please have a chair here if you are in your second or third trimester and feeling a little bit out of alignment. For 7, we're coming forward. For 6, sorry. 5, 4, catch up with me if you weren't with me. 2, 1, and then back we go for 10. 9, stretching that leg out even longer. 7, 6, good job. 5, 4, 3, Be proud of yourself. You are here. 1, turning your body to the side, or I'm turning my body to the side so you can see it, making sure that my hips are tucked under. We really want to prevent that arch in the back, even starting the first trimester, keeping that neutral alignment. So I'm extending that leg out long, lift and tap. Good job. Good job. For 8, 7, feeling that in your glute right here, engaging that core. For 5, 4, 3, nice job. 2, 1. I'm picking up those weights. I'm gonna go to my 5s, just a little heavier. Whatever you are feeling today, bending your knees to pick up those weights. From here, I'm going to send my front leg back and my front arm forward. We're going to bring the knee in as the back arm comes forward and switch. Just switching those arms, engaging your core, bend in that standing leg. So the reason that we use the band in this workout is because we have relaxin in our bodies that's making us feel a little bit more flexible in our pregnancy. And so we don't want to overstretch or overdo things and pull muscles. We really want to keep it tight here. So this band is reminding us that our range of motion might feel a little bit bigger, but we want to keep it tight and strong to not hurt ourselves. For 3, 2, 1, nice job. I'm going to keep this hand here. This arm is going to extend, it's going to be heavy. And we're going to bring the knee in, extend it out. Together and extend. For 8, 7, I'm feeling that in my standing glute. 5, 4, we're breathing. 3, 2, last one, you're going to set it down. You also could have done that just keeping the leg down. Next one, we're going to do some tricep kickbacks. So the arms come in and extend. You can have a slight bend in that back knee and then straighten as you extend. For 8, shoulders are away from the ears. 6, good job. For 5, a little higher. For the last 4, 3, good job. 2, last one. 1, oh, my arms are burning, my glutes are burning. Let's do the other side. So my front leg is back, my front arm is forward. I'm going to bring the knee in as my back arm goes forward and switch. Nice. And I'm really engaging that core, bend in my standing leg. For 8, good job. 7, again, we're not twisting here. We're keeping everything stabilized. A few more. Good job. I'm going to bring that back arm here. If you've got a chair that you're holding on to, go ahead and set that weight down. I'll do that to show you. I'm actually going to hold on to the wall here. Extend that front arm forward. Bring the leg back. Then knee comes in, elbow meets, and extend. In and extend. Still getting the same workout. Good job. For 6, 5, for 4, I just feel a little more stable. 3, you can hold on to a wall. 2, last one, and then we're going to kick back those triceps. I'm going to bend to pick up my other one, extend, and in. Join me. Good job. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, nice and high, last one. Oh, I'm sweating. Let's set down those weights. Take a breath. Grab your water. Take a seat. Carefully. You can use your chair. You can use the ground. I'm just going to safely take off that band, and we will use it again a little bit later. Go ahead and hold on to your weights. Bring them to the center of your chest. And we are going to practice safely standing up. You're gonna have to do this a lot when the baby has come up and down from the floor. So I'm going to come up on my knees. One leg comes forward. I try to alternate between which leg, even in real life, just so that I'm keeping both legs really strong, pressing into my heel, and I come up. Good job. So I'm going to find a sumo squat. I still got those 5-pound weights, but feel free to switch out to those 2s, especially for this section. We are going to work on that upper back in a sumo squat. So finding a wide squat, your knees are in line with your toes. You're going to press the arms forward and back. This is one of the most important moves that you can do to prep for motherhood, because you are going to want to slouch a lot, holding your baby, feeding your baby. It falls, your shoulders fall really out of alignment. Let's do 5 more of these. 4, really squeezing those shoulder blades together for 3. Good job. 2, 1, nice. Lower those weights down. From here, making sure that you still are in that sumo squat, you're going to raise the arms, lower them back down for a 9. Good job engaging that core and staying really stable for 7. Good job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. I should have gone to those lights. And you know what? Because it's a first trimester workout, I'm going to switch out to those lights. So you would do a few more reps if you're still there with your light weights, or if you're feeling strong with your heavies, because I definitely had days when I was feeling strong. And then you're going to find a little Y here. So elbows come in and find that Y with your arms. Good job. For 10, 9, 8, 7. Feel that in my bicep. Feel that in my shoulders. Making sure that we're low in that squat for 3, 2, last move here. 1, you're going to send the arms out to the side, palms facing down, tiny little circles forward for 6, 5, 4, extend the arms even longer for 2, 1, back for 8, 7, 6, 5, stay low in that squat for 3, 2, 1. That birthing squat also is going to prep you for that time when you deliver that baby, and we will talk about that a lot more in the 2nd and 3rd trimester workouts. All right, this is your tiny little strength set. So I don't know about you, but I always like to have a little bit of strength in all of my workouts. I feel good, especially because I tend to lose a lot of muscle in the first trimester in my pregnancies. So if you want to stay light for this one, you can. This is one I would probably wish I had a heavier weight for, but I don't have those right now, so I'm actually going to safely double up on my weights. You do not have to do that. We are going to do a deadlift. So important to keep those glutes strong in pregnancy. So sending the hips back, your upper body just counters here. So it's really a hinge more than anything. Slight bend in your knees, sending the hips back like somebody came up to you and pulled them back, and squeeze the glutes together. Nice. Let's do 14 more. 13, 12, 11, good job. Squeezing those glutes and breathing, keeping those shoulders in alignment. The head is in line with the spine. Good job. We're breathing, really squeezing those glutes and the core so we're not coming too far forward. Just right to neutral alignment. Last one. 1. I'm gonna set down those double weights, safely coming down. 2 more strength moves here. I'm going to send one leg back, and I'm going to lower my knee to almost touch the ground as I do a bicep curl here. Curl and up. 7 more. Good job. Again, keeping my shoulders in line with my hips. 4, pretend like you've got really heavy weights. You'll just make that muscle engage a little bit more. Last one on this side. Standing tall, take a breath, roll the shoulders back. Send the other leg back. Come down. Nice. Join me. 6 more. Engaging your core. Good job. 2, 1 more. I get quiet when I'm going on the heavier side. It's okay. Legs are a little bit wider than shoulder width. Feels better for me in pregnancy. Coming down, and we're gonna press. So squat presses here. Join me, we've got 15. Squat and press. A lot of people say that you can just continue doing your regular workouts in first trimester. That's kind of true, but quickly I've found that things just don't feel good. Lying on my stomach, lying on my back, I would much rather do what I know is safe. Really sending the weight into your heels. Nice job. Last one. Rest. Good job. Safely setting down those weights. We're almost there. Grab. Whew. Grab some water. Take a breath. Maybe take a stretch. You deserve it. Breathe. Let's do a couple of 360 breaths. So I'm standing in that neutral alignment, expanding everything in my core. And exhale out, hugging the baby in. Big expansion. 2 more. Nice job. All right, I'm actually gonna grab those lighter weights. Balance here. Make sure that you have your chair or you have the wall or something to make you feel safe to grab onto. And you are going to come to a curtsy lunge. So sending the leg back behind and then to an extended little kick here. Again, we don't want to kick out too far because we've got to be careful with not overstretching, especially in the first trimester. But here's the trick here. I'm starting on my more challenging side because I know that my balance is going to be a little bit off, and we're going to go with it. And I'm going to show you that I am right there with you. So join me now. We are doing a curtsy lunge to a kick. So sending that leg back where the knee almost touches the ground, and I've got those weights in front of me. You do not need to have weights at all for this part. It is not a requirement in any way. In fact, there are many days where I would not have done it with weights in my first trimester. Let's do 3 more. Good job. Whoop, I did a little catch there. All right, from here, I'm gonna try to keep that leg up. I'm going to hinge my hips back just a little bit. Tiny little lifts of that leg for 8, 7, challenging your balance. Again, I can hold on to the wall right here for 3 or a chair. 2, 1, try to keep that balance. Send the leg back and stretch that leg really long. Re-engage the core, tuck the tailbone under, and tiny little lifts here for 8, 7, 6, breathing, 5, 4, stretch that leg even longer for 2, 1. Now the arms come down and you're going to bend down and then you're coming up to stand. A little one-legged deadlift balance here. And your upper body is just countering where your lower body is going. Nice job. If you are ready for a challenge, you are actually going to set down those weights, come up, and then pick them back up on your time, coming back up on your next time you go down. So, as a mom of a toddler, I am picking up toys off the ground, dropped stuffed animals, all the things often. If you're not there, you want to just keep your leg down as you nicely hinge and tap. That is a modification as well. Let's do a couple more. Last one. Go ahead and grab those weights if you have not. Last move here, try to keep that balance. You're going to bring the weights to your forehead, not touching, right in front, and then your leg in front. You're going to extend the leg and the arm at the same time. Let's just do 8 more. 7, 6, 5, just hitting those arms on a little bit of a different way, engaging that core for 3, 2, last one, 1. Nice, checking my battery on my camera. We're good, we're gonna keep going. Okay. So, other side. We are going to start with that curtsy lunge to the kick. All right, join me. Curtsy lunge and a kick. My shoulders are away from my ears. Now I get to live in my strong side, right? And up. We got it. You're doing great. And we're almost done. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, sorry about my breathing. Last one. And then hinging those hips back, keeping that leg up. Tiny little lifts here. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Again, I can just hold onto the wall right here or hold onto a chair. 1, bringing that leg all the way around, extending it out long, making sure that that tailbone is tucked under. We're going to lift here for 10, 9, 8. I feel that in my standing glute. 6, 5. Again, I can just hold on. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. From here, the arms are dropping down. We're doing that nice hinge and up. If this is where you are, you're doing perfectly well. You can even bring the leg back and just extend. You can hold on and extend that leg. Your upper body is just countering where your leg is going. You're not bending at all here, right? If you're ready to join me for a few challenging ones of picking up those toys off the ground, the dropped pacifier. If you know, you know. Just a couple more. Or you will know. Actually, my daughter would not take pacifier. A couple more. I'm gonna do 1 more. 1. Hold on to those weights. They come in front of your head. I'll show you this way. See if you can keep that balance. Extend arm as the weights come forward. For 8, good job. 7, engaging your core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. I'm going to safely again get down onto the ground, one leg then the other. I'm coming to my knees here. This is a little bathtub hinge. I'm actually gonna grab my heavier weights, but it does not matter. You're still doing the same exact motion. And I'm going to pretend like I am picking up a baby out of the bathtub. So the weights are in front of me. I'm going to send my hips all the way back to my heels here and coming up and back into the tub. Lift it up, into the tub. Up and tub. Let's do 8 more. 8. And making sure we're not going too far forward where we're arching our back. I just showed you. I just want to squeeze my glutes for 5, 4. Shoulders are away from the ears, spine is long. Good job. 2 more. 2. Last one. 1. Oh. Let's end with a really good feeling side series. So I'm going to come to my more challenging side. I'm going to put the weight up around, or the band up around my thighs. Move my weights out of the way. We are almost done. I'm going to safely come down onto my side. Another ADL, or activity of daily life, which we will talk about more in other workouts. And I've had them all in this workout, is getting down safely onto your side. Some people call it the bedroll. So here I am going to lay, on my side, and I'm going to extend both legs, but with a slight bend in this bottom leg, just to protect my belly. And I have my hand here as well for protection. So I'm going to lift and lower. Again, this band is keeping me in alignment. This is anti-core work. So this is working your core in a way that is not going to put extra pressure on your abdomen. For 6, 5, good job. 4, 3, next one's a bit of a challenge. You can skip it if you're not feeling safe about it. You're going to lift the bottom leg towards the top and lower it down for 8. Good job. 7, 6, 5. If not, you can just lift the top leg still for 3, 2. I'm going to try to keep that top leg stable. Then I'm going to bend my knees, clamshell, flexing both of my feet, and I'm going to open up and close. Really working on that medius glute there, a tiny little muscle. but oh boy, does pregnancy eat your glutes. Or at least that's what I've been telling myself. For 4 more. 4, 3, 2, oh man, I feel that last one. You're gonna hold it at the top, and I'm actually going to extend my leg so that everything's kind of in a long plane. And I'm going to just do little pulses here for 10, 9. If you're feeling safe about it, you can go ahead and extend that arm for 6, 5, 4. Got a couple extra reps in there. 2, 1. From here, you're going to extend that leg back and bring it in. I'm leaning a little bit into the front of my hand here, but I'm still making sure that I'm not at all on that belly. For 3, like I'm pushing something really heavy behind me. Last one, I'm going to stay here and pulse up an inch, down an inch for 8, 7, 6. I really feel that in my glute. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job bringing it down and switching over to that other side. Our last little set here. Woohoo! So extending those legs long, and then just having that slight bend in the bottom leg. We're pulsing here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Everything is really long here. We are working that core. 1, if you feel comfortable, bringing that bottom leg up and lowering it back down. Really trying to stabilize that top leg. For 6, good job. 5, 4, 3, then we're coming into that clam. 1, bending the legs, flexing the feet, opening up, keeping those heels together. Those knees are coming apart. Little clam. For 5, actually 5 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to bring the leg up and pulse here for 10, 9. I feel that in my glute. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last move, send it back. Like you're pushing a really heavy weight back toward that back corner. For 6, 5, if your band is rolling, just give it a little fix like mine. For 3, or go ahead and take off the band. 2, last one. We don't need it. You can do this without. 9, we're pulsing here. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. If you hear my toddler up there. 2, 1. Rest. You can massage it out if you need to carefully. Again, you're going to safely press yourself up to a seated position. Safely take off that band. Just do a couple of nice stretches. But the good thing about that workout is that it kind of is all a stretch as we are strengthening and toning. Other side. Nice job. You can go ahead and find a little butterfly position, sitting up tall, coming over just a little bit, if that feels good for you and where you are at in your pregnancy. And then safely bringing those legs wide, stretching one arm across the body. Sitting up really tall. That same arm is going to come up for a tricep stretch. We really did work those arms. I know you haven't forgotten. I'm like, they've recovered, but they worked. Stretching over to one side, if that feels good for you. And then because if you're in your first trimester, you can come over that leg safely as well. And just breathe. I lose a lot of flexibility in this position in pregnancy, but that's okay. It can come back. The most important thing is to keep that baby and your body safe and to do things that are on the smarter side so that when you do have the time to recover in postpartum, your body knows how to do it. You don't have to kind of backtrack on it. That tricep extension here. And stretching over to the other side. Then if it feels good, just a tiny little stretch. I'm feeling this in my hamstrings more than anything. Coming up, bring the legs together, roll the shoulders back, stretch anything else out that you feel like you need to stretch. Take one deep 360 breath. Exhale out. Mama, you did it, and I'll see you next time.